Hello children, very good morning. Children, do you like going on trips? Yeah, good. What kind of trips do you like or enjoy the most? Which kind of ones? Yeah, you like which journey? What kind of journey? You like to go on air, on road? Yes, on train. Very good. Even I like that. How do you feel about having to pack for a trip? So, okay, your mother asks you. Come on, she'll tell you what you are doing. Come on, start packing your things. She'll give you one suitcase and your brother another one. She'll ask you to start packing whatever comes on your way, whatever you want. So, how do you feel about that packing? That too for a trip. And one more interesting question, my dears. Have you ever discovered that you have forgotten to pack a few things, you need them very much, or that you cannot find them easily? Did it happen anytime to you? Yeah, it looks quite funny, but sometimes, after packing everything, and what happens, suddenly your mother reminds you, did you keep your toothbrush? Or she'll ask you, did you pack your earrings? Something she'll be asking, your towel or anything. So then immediately what you will do, you'll not get that idea whether you packed it or not. Thereby you immediately open your suitcase, which you nicely packed everything. Again you dig it out and then find out whether you really have that thing what your mother asked you to keep was there or not. You check it and then again you repack it. When you do that, will you be very happy to do it, or you get angry, or you get irritated? Okay. And sometimes, though we get irritated and we are angry for doing it again and again, but after you just sit, someday you just recollect how it happened, then naturally there will be a small smile appears on your face. So today we are going to know about a lesson by name Packing, which is written by Jerome Jerome. Okay. So let me just tell you, before I start the lesson, let me give you something about the writer, the author. JeromeKalpka Jerome, K is Kalpka. He was born on 2nd May 1859 and he died on 14th June 1927. He was an English writer and a humorist, and he is best known for the comic travelogue. Travelogue means what the experiences you get while traveling. The Three Men in a Boat, the masterpiece of the English language, was written in 1889. So this is something about him, and let me just tell you. So did you notice the title of the lesson, my dears? Packing. What is the title? Packing. So do you feel this particular title is the right title or the apt title for the story? You tell me after we do some part of the lesson. Okay, I'll ask you this question again. You need to answer me whether the title, Packing, is the right title to this particular lesson or not. You need to tell me. Okay, shall we go with? Come on, I'll be reading. Be very careful, very attentive, and listen to what I am saying. Look at your books, all of you. Yeah. I said I would pack I said I would pack. Okay. I rather pride myself on my packing. I would rather proud myself on my packing. Okay. Packing is one of those many things that I feel I know more about than any other person living. It surprises me, myself, sometimes. How many such things there are. Sometimes what happens, he just surprises him certain things. How many such things are? Okay. I impressed. The fact upon George and Harris and told them that they had better leave the whole matter entirely on me. Okay? They fell into the suggestion with a readiness that they had something uncanny about it. George spread himself on the easy chair and Harris cocked his legs on the table. Okay? Let us get back here. So what is it? Jerome declared that he was going to pack because he had a kind of pride about himself on packing, on his packing. So he feels that he knows packing more than any other persons that were living on this earth. So he was quite impressed about the fact upon Judge and Harris. So he saw his two friends who were struggling, ready to do some packing and all. Immediately he told them, wait, I'm going to do it. That they would better sit there and watch and leave everything entirely on him. Who said this? Jerome. They fell into the suggestion. Fell into means they readily accepted. So you are there, you, your sister, your brother, 3 or 4 are there at home, your cousins and all. So in that, there are some children who do not like, they only like to supervise. They do not want to do anything, but they suggest you, hey, why don't you do like this? Why don't you keep this in this manner? So they will be readily doing it. But some will be there to want to escape when you say, hey, please, you sit there, no, I'll do it. Then very happily they say, thank God and thank you very much. And he'll go and sit, he or she will go and sit and observe what you are doing. So when this Jerome said to his friends, George and Harris, hey, what you will do? I'll do it myself. Why don't you just go sit there? I'm going to do it. All by you leave everything on me and I do it. Because Jerome had a proud feeling that he could do everything in a very proper and systematic manner. So when he just told that, then there is readiness. Immediately they accepted, and then they just felt that something weird, something strange. Hey, what happened to Jerome today? He used to just leave everything on us. Now today he's asking us to sit there, not interfere into it. And Judge very happily put his body into the easy chair and relaxed himself. And Harris cocked his legs on the table. So he just put them folded and he was stretching his legs on the table. This was hardly what I intended. So, you know what exactly was the intention, the idea of Jerome, what he expected and what happened. He did not really intend it to happen. He thought that they will ask him to go and sit and he can relax and he can supervise. This is his idea. But when he said he is going to do it, immediately what did they do? They said, okay, fine, you carry on, we'll sit. Then what he meant it by saying that he would do everything, of course, was that he should boss the job. You know, bossing the job? Sitting and instructing and telling them what to do, what not to do, but not even putting one finger into the task what they were doing. If they struggle hard also, he is not going to do it. But what happened here? That Harrison Judge should be packing the things and he would just giving them the instructions what they should do. That was the idea of Jerome. But what did these people do? They did not understand, or maybe they were just ignoring what he exactly wanted to. They might have experienced many times with him. So when he said, they just immediately accepted. Okay. And that Harrison Judge should potter about. Potter about means do certain things which are not very important over there at that time. And under my directions, I pushing them aside every now and then with, oh, you, here, let me do it. There you are, simple enough. Really teaching them as you might say. So he wanted to just say, hey boy, not like that. Yeah, this way, I just was about to tell you. No. There you boy, now you have done it exactly what I was just thinking. Good. So this is how he wanted to teach them and he wants them to do it. Okay. They taking it in the way they did irritated me. So here, his intention, his idea, his opinion was quite different, quite opposite. That was what happening over there. And they going and relaxing, he did not like it at all. It was quite irritating to him. There is nothing does irritate me more than seeing other people sitting about doing nothing when I am working. And another problem with Jerome is that when he is working, when others are sitting simply idle, he did not like it. The same thing was happening over there. He asked them, he gave them permission, go sit, relax, I am going to do it. Then they have taken their own time. And then they were relaxing and he did not like the thought at all. That too, when he is working and they are sitting. That idea is not readily accepted by Jerome. I lived with a man once who used to make me mad that way. So, once he was living, or maybe he's a tenant of him, or that man was with, he was sharing the room, whatever it is. Once he was living with that man, used to, and that man also used to make Jerome very irritable. He would loll on the sofa and watch me doing things by the hour together. So, how many hours it may be, he used to relax on the sofa and watch what Jerome was doing. This was not at all liked by JeromeKalpka Jerome. He said it did him real good to look on at me messing about. And you know what kind of, statement he has given is the man, some other man with whom he was sharing the room or he was staying with him. That man used to say, very happily, relaxed manner, saying that, I just like it, I really feel good when I sit here and you just doing things in a very messy, shabby manner. Okay, now, I'm not like that. I can't sit still and see another man slaving and working. So now he's referring here, referring to the man who used to sit when he was toiling. But now he is not such a kind. He cannot stand when somebody is doing. He cannot sit and just watch them. Okay. So he was just saying that when one person is slaving or working hard, others cannot sit just like that. Okay. I want to get up and superintend. Superintend, did you get the idea, my dears? Yeah. He wanted to supervise. Just be a boss and say everything over there, superficial. Yeah, do this, do that. Fine, you're doing. No, not that way. This kind of things he wanted to say. But totally the whole thing was dumped on him and he was feeling quite irritated and recollecting the past. Okay. It seemed a longer job than I had thought it was going to be. But I got the bag finished at last and sat on it and strapped it. So he was going on, doing everything. He was going into his pockets. He was searching for that. He was going. So everything was doing, and finally, he did everything as if he is so enthusiastic, very energetic, very active. He has done it very happily. Okay. After that, what did he do? He finished everything, and then he just, sometimes, when you pack everything, so much of it, and you won't let the bag to just fill it up. You dump into so many things, thereby it opens its mouth like a frog. The same thing happened over here. So it was also opening its mouth. So what did he do in order to close it? He went and sat on the suitcase. Okay. The bag. Okay. So he did it. Somehow he managed. He sat on it and he strapped the bag. And at that time, like a missile, one question came. From whom, Harris. What did he ask? We see. Ain't you going to put the boots in? Hey, you. Are you not going to put the shoes? Or the boots means heavy things which you will be going into the forest or in the water, somewhere, rubber boots like. So are you not going to keep them in? It was the question from Harris. And I looked around and found I had forgotten them. Then he just, Jerome was looking around and he finally found that he had forgotten keeping the boots into the suitcase. Okay, that's just like Harris. So that is his mentality is the same. He will not do anything and he will be always suggesting this or that. So the nature has come out now. He couldn't have said a word until I had got the bag shut and strapped, of course. And another thing also he was complaining. Who? Jerome. He was watching me. He knew that I was just left the shoes out. One word he would have told me, hey Jerome, you're not packing the shoes? See, they are left outside. I would have done it. After I finished everything, strapping and everything, then he says, what? Hey, you forgot the shoes. Then just imagine the condition of the person who had done it. So here also. Of course, and George laughed. One of those irritating, senseless laughs of his. And George, he just like that. He just giggled over there, which was not at all liked by Jerome. Okay. One of those irritating, senseless laughs of his. They do make me so wild. So with these two irritant characters, he was becoming more and more wild. Okay. I opened the bag and packed the boots in, and then, just as I was going to close it, a horrible idea occurred to me. Had I packed my toothbrush? I don't know how it is, but I never do know whether I have packed my toothbrush. So, after packing everything, again he was about to strap the bag. Suddenly, some idea had come onto his mind. So, what was it? He just trying to bring into his mind whether he packed his toothbrush or not. Okay, because he didn't know. Whenever he wanted to pack, he always used to forget about his toothbrush. My toothbrush is a thing that haunts me when I'm traveling and makes my life a misery. So the toothbrush is such a thing that it always chases him and makes him always a miserable person. A hopeless and helpless condition he'll be always because of his toothbrush. Okay, I dream that I haven't packed it and wake up in a cold perspiration and get out of bed and hunt for it. And in the morning, I pack it before I have used it and have to unpack again to get it. And it is always the last thing I turn out of the bag, and then I repack and forget it and have to rush upstairs for it, and at last moment in my pocket handkerchief. Okay. So every time it happens, not once, not twice, every time when I was packing, when he was packing, the only thing is a terror for him, a misery for him is about his toothbrush, whether he packed it or not. Every time it is a big task for him. Every time he feels that did he do it, it is a nightmare for him, Whenever he is traveling, it is almost like a nightmare. He used to run here and there. He used to dream also about his toothbrush. Okay. And he used to get up suddenly, he used to recollect, remember that he put it or not, then with perspiration, oh my God, he used to get up from his sleep and check it. And before he brushed his teeth, he used to put it again, he has to remove that. So such kind of things were happening always. Of course, I had to turn every mortal thing out now. And of course, I could not find it. I rummaged the things up into much the same state that they must have been before the world was created, and then cows reigned. Of course, I found George and Harris 18 times over, but I couldn't find my own. I put the things back one by one and held everything up and shook it. Then I found it inside a boot. I repacked once again. Okay. So what happened? Okay, of course. Now when he got the idea whether he packed his toothbrush or not, he had to unpack the things. Everything he turned upside down. Whenever he was searching for his, he was finding any time it was Harris' toothbrush or George, but he never found it. Finally, when he rummaged means everything, pulling out, throwing everything, just picking out from the suitcase and throwing outside. So when he has done like that, finally he could find it in one of the shoes. Then again he just put them one by one and held up everything and shook it. Then he happened to, that means every piece of cloth or a shirt or a trouser, whatever it is, he's taking and shaking them and trying to find out whether the brush was there in them or not. So that was going on and on. So thereby what did he do? He finally found it in one of the boots. When I had finished, George asked if the soap was in. I said I didn't care a hang whether the soap was in or whether it wasn't. And I slammed the bag shut and strapped it and found that I had packed my spectacles in it and had to reopen it. It got shut up finally at 10:05 p.m. And then 3 remained the hampers to do. Harris said that we should be wanting to start in less than 12 hours time and thought that he and George had better do the rest. And I agreed and sat down and they had a go. So now when he had finished everything, checked and he kept it. Then George asked him again. That's what he said right. Jerome said the right thing. So he was observing, he was seeing everything. He would have just uttered a word, hey, What is that? Jerome, did you just keep the soap inside? That time he did not say. And after everything was done, he was asking, did you just keep the soap inside? Oh, he was really got so wild. Jerome, he said, whatever it is, I'm not going to do anything. Okay, and he slammed and he shut and strapped the bag. And then he just suddenly remembered that he kept his spectacles into the bag. And what happened again? He just strapped the bag. So now he had to reopen it. He cannot keep the spectacles and move about everywhere. So he again opened the bag and it got shut up around about 10:05 p.m. That means in the night, 10 o'clock. And then there remain the hampers to do. Hampers means they are the large baskets where they'll be keeping all eatables and all such kind of things will be packed in them. Okay, they are made of cane or such kind of, maximum it will be cane, hampers. Okay, now George and Harris offered that they would do it, and he immediately agreed and he went and sat, and now he started watching them what they were doing. They began in a light-hearted spirit, evidently intending to show me how to do it. So, they both evidently means very clear. Their intentions were very clear that they wanted to show Jerome, hey my dear, not the way how you packed is right. See what we are going to do. I made no comment, but he did not open his mouth and he was just sitting and watching what they were doing. I only waited. He was just watching and seeing them. With the exception of George, Harris is the worst packer in this world. So he came to a conclusion, okay, to some extent George is better. But Harris, the worst in the world. The worst packer. Nobody is going to match with him. Is totally utter flop. He cannot do. Okay. And I looked at the piles of plates and cups and kettles and bottles and jars and pies and stoves and cakes and tomatoes, etc. and felt that the thing would soon become exciting. The thing would soon become exciting. What is the thing? The packing. Okay. So Jerome was just waiting for a chance to enjoy the way they were packing. What were the items he mentioned over there? He was looking at the piles of, that means the plates what they have to carry, and then cups, saucer to have tea or coffee, and kettles to boil the water, make tea, and bottles to carry whether it is water or juice or anything, and jars, jam bottles, and pies, pies, the baked ones or otherwise the caked ones, and then stoves. So they carried even the stove to make certain things over there, and cakes and tomatoes, the ones which should be very carefully handled, and felt that the thing would soon become exciting. It did. So however he expected, the same thing happened over there. They started with breaking a cup. The starting was very good. They broke one cup. That was the first thing they did. They did that just to show you what they could do and to get you interested. So finally, they have shown him what they could do. What was that they could do? Break things. So starting was a good start with the breaking of a cup. They have done it. And then Harris packed the strawberry jam on top of a tomato and squashed it. And they had to pick out the tomato with a teaspoon. Just imagine the things. Very funnily, they started doing everything. Children, I'm going to stop here. I hope you all enjoyed how it usually very common in every household. The packing is a very tough task. There will be